Hi, welcome here. I am Toluwani. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create 3D shapes for your text in PowerPoint. And I'll also let you know how you can easily change the styles of whatever shape you have created still using this PowerPoint. Alright, so welcome. And now we are going to get to work right now. So what we're going to create today is something that will look like this. Okay, so here's our title 3D, and you can see the 3D 4.1, you can see 3D 4.2, and you can see the 3D 4.3 here. And by the time you're done preparing your slide and you want to put it on slideshow, then your work is going to appear like this in live display. So you go, title will be there at the top, and your point one will come in like this, your point two drops, and your point three drops. So something like this is what we're going to create at the end of the day. So come on guys, let's jump to work right now. So I'm going to hit this slide 2 here as my new fresh slide. Okay, you can see it's a fresh slide. Okay, all right, now the first thing we need to do is to start with a title shape there, the 3D shape for the title. So pick the text box at the top here. All right, for those who are new to PowerPoint or you're not used to it yet, okay, so I'm on home right here. So under my home, I have it on the ribbon for home. Okay, so you can see that here. And if you don't know how to get this, maybe it's not in your own PowerPoint, don't panic. Okay, so just come to insert. So under insert, then you can see text box right here under insert. Okay, it's in the ribbon for insert. But for me, I always have it handy in different places. I also have it at the top here, and I also have it here. So it's always handy for me anywhere, anytime. So I click on the text box right now, then you drag and drop in your text. Okay, so I have the text right there. So that's title text. So it's ready. So now once the title text is ready, just make sure that the text box is on. Then come to the top here and click on convert to smart art. You can see that convert to smart art. Pick the very first option. It's called vertical bullet list. Vertical bullet list. That's the first option under convert to smart art. So I click on that. So once you're done with that, then you are done with this. You don't need anything here for the title shape we are creating. So the next thing you want to do is just um, click on click anywhere. You can actually click anywhere to get this. So you just need to come to format background. Okay, format background, you can get that under design as well, but for easier and a faster way, just come to format background here. You can see that. So I hit on that. So once you hit on that, come back to the shape and click to show that you're ready to add effects to the shape. So now under format background, what do we need to do first? Do we change the color first? No, we are not even changing the color for this. So we are just giving a 3D effect. So here is for the color. This first option here is for the color. All right. That's where you do color effects and all that. You can see the options for the color in there. Now you can see the second shape here. The second icon there is for 3D effects. The rotation, the 3D increase, the height, the width, and all that. While the third one is for the size of the shape you're creating. So we're going to hit the second option and to give this 3D effect. So I just hit that right now and you have this. In case you don't see this, just expand the 3D format. That's where you need to go, 3D format. So I'm going to expand this. Then by default, you see the top bevel here. So for the top bevel, okay, so you need to just hit that and change it to circle. Circle is always the first one there, maybe for my version of PowerPoint. So hit the circle. Okay, so now whatever you do, the effect will be coming up here gradually. So now for the width, please, everything we were going to do for like the three, come here now. Let's see how many shapes are we creating now. Here we have, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. For the 4 shapes we're going to create very quickly, we're going to use the same width and height for the 3D shapes. Okay, so for the width, we're going to use 25, so which is 25 for the width, and for the height, I always advise as I do this video for my subscribers, always let your height be 5 point lower than the width. Okay, it's just to make it look real 3D. It gives like more reality figure at the end. So if the width is 25, then the height will be 20. Okay, so I'm going to drop 20 there. Okay, so that is it. So that's 20 for height. Now you can see the result. The next thing you just need to do is to adjust the shape. Okay, so just drag. Okay, now so the more you drag, even the letters will be getting increased in size as well. So do that, keep dragging, and then you drag, and then you drag, and then you drag. Okay, I think this is getting closer to what we need right now. This is fine, right? Should we stop here? I think yes. So now just place it at the top there. Now the white letters, the white font of the letters, I think is not too sweet on that kind of blue background there. So let's just change that to black. So we hear this and change the letters to black. I think this is better, right? Yes, it is. So now we go, what is the next thing? So the next thing is that we pick the point 1. So we want to do this right now. So for point 1, I'm sorry, please ignore that. Allow me to just copy this for a very quicker way to type my next text. So I drop my next text here. Okay, so here is it. So the text is ready. So now for this, we'll take it further, unlike the way we did for the title 3D here. So once we have the text ready, once you're done typing, just come here, hit the convert to smart art here. So once you click on that, now pick the very first option, just the way we did for the title shape. Now immediately we click for title shape. We didn't go this way, we just gave it 3D effect, the height, the width. That's all we did. But for these ones, now you need to come to this point here. So expand this and pick the very last option here. In case it's not the last in your own, it's actually called bird's eye scene. Okay, so please look at it very well. It's called bird's eye scene. So click on that. Now you can see the effect is coming up gradually. Now for me, whenever I do that, the next thing I will want to do before I go further is to change this to shape. All right, now, so because as it is now, it's not a shape, it's just probably an image or something like that. So let's change from an image to shape. So right click on this. If you don't get it, right click again and find your way to the bottom here, and you see convert to shapes. You can see convert to shapes. So the question is, why do I have to do this? Is because once I convert to shape, it will be easy for me to drag and adjust, drag and adjust. This is easier than the previous one that I had. So now let's adjust the size of the text. Now by default we have 15 right here now. Okay, so please at the top here just change it to 26. That's 2 and 6 at the top there. Okay, so that is it here. So we have that. Now it seems the text is let's just give it black so we can see what we are doing. All right, so now it seems the text is coming out of the shape. This simply shows that the shape is smaller than the text size, so we need to adjust the size of the shape. So drag and adjust. Okay, so just drag. Okay, I think this is fine. Let's close this a little. Okay, so we close this a little. I think this is getting closer to what we need. Okay, we can even stop here. This is fine now. Okay, now keep this way now. Now the next thing is to change the color of the shape itself. So by default you see this as red. Now if you look at it and you come to the format shape here, in case you don't see this, it's simple. Just find your way to click out anywhere and come to format background. So from format background, then you tap. So from there it will take you here, then come back and click the shape to show that you really want to work on this in particular. So it will give you options for whatever goes on here. So now since we have clicked on this, then we come to the shape, the 3D effect. So that's what we need to, okay, let's give it color. I think that's what I wanted to do before I talked about the option to get here. So now 3D effect. So you can see this is the color by default. So click on this and you expand it. So once you click on that, then you give it a red. Okay, so I'm going to give it a red right now. So I hit on the red and you can see this is the red here. So now I may need to return this color to white now. So I only changed it to black because I want to see what was actually going on. So now I can see better now. So here is it. So now the next thing is we need to give it a 3D effect. So come here and let's change the effect from this second option here. Please, I don't know if I've told you before, okay, that this first one is for you to change colors. So all these ones are for color effects, and here is for the 3D effect, the rotation and all that, while this is for just adjustment. So I'm going to click on the second one from the middle option under the format shape options. Okay, so I click on that, then I come to 3D format. So I expand 3D format. Then for this one now, we are not going to use the circle that we use for the title. Okay, we're not going to use circle. We're going to use cross. And where is cross? I don't know where is cross. I think this should be cross here. Yes, the second one here, this 1 2 3 1 2 3 is my cross. Please find your own. It might be different from your own version. Okay, so I click on cross. All right, you can see the effect right here now. Now to make it thick and give it more 3D looking figure, so we need to just adjust the width. I told you that the width will always be the same for all we're going to create, so which is 2.5 for the width, and for the height I'm going to give the height just 5 point lower than the width, which is 2.0. Okay, and that will be fine. So now you can see that this is fine, right? Now if you look at this, it shows that I'm going to click out for better view. The letters are falling off the shape, right? Did you see that? Please, we need to correct that. It's simple. Just highlight everything through your Control A. Put your cursor in the middle of the text box. Then use Control A to highlight everything and tap your Tab key, the TAB Tab key, just once. So once you do that, click out and see the effect. I think this is better. Okay, now if you look at this, just a little adjustment to just correct that. Drag and adjust. And this is fine. Done. So this is ready. So now let's come back to our template and see what next. So this is what we're going to do next, right? For point 2. So I'm just going to copy this. Please allow me to copy that now. Okay, so for point 2, then now the next thing you'll need to do now, since we know what you want to do now, is point 2, right? Point 1 is ready. So just click on this. You don't need to do everything from the beginning again and again. So once you click on this point 1, use the point 1 to build your point 2. Very simple. Once you have it clicked, then hold your Control key and press D. That's Control D. It means duplicate actually. So once you duplicate it, duplicate the shape, then drag it out so you know what you're doing. So once you've dragged it out, now you have your second one. Now edit it by changing the text in it. Okay, so you can just simply type. Okay, all right. So right now I'm going to type here now. So assuming this is it, so I've typed. All right. So now let's click out and see the way it is. Now it's looking exactly like this, but we are not creating the same shape. Don't forget. So I also told you that I'm going to teach you how to change the style of the shape. So this style here is different from the style here. So let's change the style for point 2 back to the workspace. So we're going to change the style so that it will not look the same way with point 1. So once you have the shape clicked, now come to 3D under your format shape. Okay, so come to 3D. Now we're going to change the bevel. From bevel we change point 2 to slope. So we're going to look for slope. That's what we're going to look for under bevel. Slope. Where is slope? Here is slope. Okay, so please look for it on your, once you just hover your mouse around it, you see the name. Hover your mouse around it, you see the name. For example, this is circle, this is angle, here is divot, and so on. So here is slope. That's how I got the name. So click on that. You can see the shape is already coming out for me now, right? Click out and see. Did you see that? Now the same problem now. Not a problem actually, okay? The same effect we have. I will call it effect, not a problem. Is that the letters are climbing off the shape. So I told you before, just highlight everything, then use the tab key on the keyboard just once. Tab key and click out. Simple. It's done, huh? Alright, so now let's change the color to blue. So now to change the color, it's simple. Just click on the shape and you can see back to this point. So here is for color, here is for 3D. So you're under here. Now make sure you are under here. You can see this point. You can see this point here. Okay, so we have the color by default is red. So we're going to change this to this kind of blue. This kind of blue. Now it's giving us result gradually. Very awesome, huh? Okay, now I want this shape now to face the, to turn from left to be facing the right. I need to give it that effect, and I can only do that under 3D. So I come to 3D, then I close the 3D format, then I expand the 3D rotation. That's here. I expand the 3D rotation. So I expand this, then I come here and I use this icon. I'm going to see if it's going to give me a result. Yes, it's giving me. I tap on this one here. Please look at it. Okay, so I tap. See that? I tap again. Okay, I can return it at once. Okay, so now I think I need to make it face downwards a little. That's under Y rotation. You can see the XY rotation here. So under Y rotation, I need to make it face downward a little. Okay, you can see that. that and that. Okay, I think this is giving me a better view of the text in it. And is that okay? I'm going to adjust this a little. Fine now. I think this is fine. I can just leave it like this. Okay, so let's see how it is now. This is fine. I think the shape is bigger. I need to adjust the shape a little and close it. And okay, so just find your way to play around it to your own desired result. I think this is absolutely perfect for me now. So I'm going to leave this, then I come here and see what's going to happen next according to the template. So here we want to do this now. Okay, that's for point 3. So I'm going to just copy this for easy and faster typing for me to save me the time for typing. So I'm going to drop that here. Before I drop that, you can just duplicate this and use it to duplicate this first one. I think I will use the first one. So I will duplicate. How do you do that? Control and D. Okay, so now use that and then bring it out. So it's out. So use this to build your next point. I'm going to edit this now, highlight everything, and delete and put the new text in it. Okay, so that's my point 3. So the next thing is I can quickly just change the color straight away before I go too far, since I have the option by default here. So just change the color to I think that was very dark green we used there. So dark green, okay, that's fine. Then I don't want this shape to look exactly like this. Okay, let's go back to the template and see what's there. So from the template you can see this. Okay, for better view, I don't know if you can see the shapes are different. Okay, so the one for point 3 is actually different from the one for point 2 and point 1. Okay, you can see this edge, and this edge, they are not the same. So I need to change the entire shape for this. So that's changing the style that I talked about. So you can use one shape and change the style to this and change the style to get this result. So let's go back to our workspace and change the style for this. And for this point 3 to get that desired result, come to your 3D option here and you use Art Decor. I think that's the name of what we need to use. We don't need rotation, so we're going to close rotation and we expand 3D format. So under 3D format, expand the top bevel. So for top bevel, we use Art Decor. I think this is Art Decor here. That's Art Decor right there. So I hit on that. Okay, so you can see. So that's all. So by default, you already have the first one. I think just learn this. The first one is where we have to do 25 and 20. You can see 25 and 20 for first one. If you click on the second one, because we duplicated, everything you did for point 1, we just automatically copy for point 2. You can see that here. So the only thing we just changed is the style that we changed to this. For point 2, we changed it to slope. And for point 3, the same thing we copied, including the width and the height as 20. You can see the same here. Okay, for the same point 2, and if I click on this point 3 now, the same you can see this 25 and 20 for that. Okay, so it's just the same. So just very easy. So it's the first one. You need to just put all the effects and then you duplicate, edit, change the style. That's all, and it will give you the same desired result at the end of the day. So right now, and I need to do one more thing. Please allow me to just position this very well. I think this is well set already. So to position this, I actually want each shape to have a touch on the previous one. So I'm going to just make this to have a touch somewhere here. Just touch it a little. I think that's just my own style anyway. You can play around just the way you want. Okay, so for this, I want this edge to be sharp, this edge to be sharp, this edge to be sharp. So I click on this. Then once you click on that, find your way to the top here and click on format for drawing tools. You can see that at the top here, format for drawing tools. So once I click on that, then find your way to the far left and you see edit shape. Click on edit shape. I hit that, then you see change shape. That's change shape there. Okay, so you're going to pick the very first rectangle. So that's what I'm going to click here. So now I have a very sharp point right now. Okay, I need to do the same thing for this as well. I want this edge to be sharp. I want this edge to be sharp as well here. So I click on this image, then I come to edit shape. In case you don't see edit shape, maybe you're on home ribbon, just click on format ribbon for drawing tools. That's where you get edit shape. Click on that, change the shape to rectangle the way you did for the previous one, and you have the sharp edge right now. Okay, I think the next thing is to give this animation effect so that it will come in nicely during slideshow. So come under animation for the ribbon animation. So the point one, I want the point one to, how should it come in? I think I can just zoom the point one. Yes, zoom. That is it. And for point two, how do you want it to come in? Can you suggest? Point two, point two, point two. I think point two should just simply float in. I think simple float in will be fine for point two. And there is it. You can see float in. So I use that for point two. It's going to float in. Now it's flowing from the bottom. I always want it to float from top. So please allow me to do that, please. So I click on this and I change it to float downward. That's floating from up. This is better for me. Then for point three, what do you think we should give to point three? Under animation, I expand this so I can pick which one now do you suggest. Let's use this, grow and turn. Grow and turn. So I click grow and turn for point three, and you can see that, boom, that is it. So the very final thing, I think we're almost done, is look at the template. You see the color of the background for template. You see this blue here at the back, and then you see this background here, this purplish or pinkish color here. You can see that with a very nice blending in the middle. So we need to do that too for our own workspace here. So let's change the background for this white. So just right click and be sure that you are working on the right place. So once you have that, it's here already, but I just want to be sure we are working on it. So you see this is white by default here, and that's the white we have on the background. So I'm going to click on that and change it. So if you click on this, whatever color you have is going to be plain all through. You see that? That's because it's under solid fill. You can see solid fill. So solid fill means you can only have one color, and I want two. You can see purple and blue. Okay, so whatever color I choose right now, if I choose this green, you can see this. That's what you will get. So I'm going to change from solid fill to gradient fill. So I click on gradient fill. Now by default, you have this automatically just because I've set it already. But how did I do it? It's actually simple, okay? Assuming you have something different, so you can just tap on this first gradient stop here. So once you tap on it, you see the color for it at the bottom here. So then you change the color from there, okay? So once you click on this, you can change the color for this first stop fill here. And for this other purple, you see here at this point, that purple or pinkish color now is because you can adjust that as well from here. So just click on this, then it will change to purple. You can see that it has changed to purple. Then you use the drop down to change it to whatever color you want, okay? So that's how I got this effect. So once you do that, I only use two. Actually, you can have more than two. You can see another one can be created. You see the effect? I can create another one. You can see that. You can see that. But I don't need all those, okay? I don't need all. I only need two for me to get my desired result. So I will delete this stop. I will delete the second stop. I delete the other stop. So I only have first one towards the far end. You can actually adjust. Okay, that's another effect you can create. You can see this. Look at the result as I drag. Okay, and if I pick on the pinkish purplish color as well, you can drag and you can see the result. You can see the result when you drag. So but I will leave this at this far end, I will leave this other blue at this far end, and I'm fine. So now I think our work is almost done. Let's check it out now. From this is the template we are using on slide 1, and this is our workspace on slide 2. Almost the same, huh? So let's have a look at the way it is on the final display on slideshow mode. So now this is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm presenting to you today on this topic of ABC, and this is my point 1. I'm going to talk about point 1 right here, and you can see that. And I'm going to talk about point 2 right now. I'm going to talk, explain, and move on to right now for my point 3. And my point 3 is ready. I talk about this, and I'm good. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please, at this point, everyone, please listen to me. If you have any question or there's anything you really want me to talk about on any aspect at all, please drop it in the comment below. I promise you I will do videos for you about them. And please don't forget, give this video a thumbs up. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel so you will be the first person to get my next video. Thank you.